Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever thought about solving an equation using addition or subtraction? When it comes to algebra, have you thought about what is an equation? Well, in this lesson, I'm going to give you three simple problems that we're going to solve using addition or subtraction. And so this is one of the building blocks that we'll be using for this algebra series. And so let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is this first problem here is m minus 48 equals 29. So let's write that down. M minus 48 equals 29. Now you're going to hear me say this a lot, but you always want to write your problems down. A lot of people have trouble in math because they're now looking at just an iPad or their desktop computer, or they're looking at their phone. They're not touching the problem. The first thing you need to do is to connect with the problem, and that is, even if you see the problem on a sheet of paper, you write it down again. You're going to have to feel the problem. That is the first step. So write it down. M minus 48 equals 29. So what is an equation? An equation is what they would call an algebraic statement that has an equal sign in it. So you see it's an equals. So whatever is to the left of the equal sign is equal to whatever to the right of the equal sign. Basically, what's to the left is equal to what's to the right. So we have a variable m, which is something, we don't know what it is, minus 48. Whatever all that is equals 29. And that's what we need to try and find what this m is in order to make this equation work. So usually what we do is you want to get this m by itself. You want your equation to end up saying m equals. So always when you're completing an algebraic expression or function or equation, you want to envision, what do I want the end result to be? What do I want this to look like? And so we are trying to solve for m. Basically, we are trying to find out what is m. So you want your equation to look like this, m equals something. So visually, that's what we're going to drive for. So when we look at m minus 48, we want to get this m by itself. So the way we get this m by itself is there's a minus 48 connected to it. So whenever we're trying to get rid of something, we do the opposite expression in order to make it happen. So basically, if I have 5 apples in my hand and I want to get rid of them, I need to take away those apples, minus. So in this case, we have a minus 48. So what we need to do in order to get rid of it is the opposite, which is add 48. So whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other side, because remember, there's an equal sign here. So that means the equation has to stay equal the entire time, even though you're manipulating it. So we have right here, we have, say, minus 48. So we're going to plus 48 on each side. Because whatever I do to the left side, I have to do to the right side in order to keep the equation equal. So minus 48 plus 48, that cancels out. That's 0. So now we have m minus 0 equals 29 plus 48. 29 plus 48 is 77. So m minus 0 is basically just m. So our answer is m equals 77. So see, this is what we were going for, and this is what we got. M equals 77. So keep that in mind. Hopefully that makes sense. We'll continue on with the next problem, but that is the basic building blocks of solving an equation by addition or subtraction. So let me erase what we have here. Let's see. And we'll go on to the next problem. All right. So the next problem is 21 plus q equals a negative 18. So remember, 21 plus q, 21 plus something equals negative 18. We're trying to find q. So remember, we're trying to get Q by itself. We want our problem to look like Q equals this. So how do we do that? Q is connected to 21. How is Q connected to 21? It is added to 21. So in order to get rid of the 21, we need to, guess what, minus 21. And when we minus 21 on the left side, we have to minus 21 on the right side also in order to keep the equation equal. So now when we minus 21 on both sides, we have 21 minus 21, that is 0. So we're left with 0 plus Q equals negative 18 minus 21. So when you have two negatives that you're adding, what you do is you keep the negative sign and you add the numbers. So 18 and 21 is 39. So you have 0 plus Q equals negative 39. Well, 0 plus Q is just Q. So we have Q equals negative 39. So you see how we ended up with Q equals. So that's your answer. Okay, we'll go ahead and go to the next one. So hopefully this is helping you. These are quick and easy problems. You know, as we go on further in algebra, the problems are going to get more complex, but everything in math builds off of what you've learned before. So once you get this, you'll be able to get whatever's coming next. So our last problem that we're going to deal with is 32 equals R minus 8. Okay, so remember, we're trying to solve for the variable. We already know what the other numbers are, right? So we want to solve for R. We want our problem to say R equals whatever. So we look at the R side and we see what's connected to it. A negative 8 is connected to it. So how do we get rid of it? We do the opposite. There's a minus 8, so we're going to add 8. And we're going to add 8 to both sides, because whatever you do to the left or right side, you have to do to the other side. So now we have 32 plus 8, and then R minus 8 plus 8. So 32 plus 8 is 40, equals, we have our R. Minus 8 plus 8 is just 0, so R plus 0. R plus 0 is just R, so 40 equals R. And that's our answer. Now you see the variable is on the right side this time instead of being on the left, but you still work it the same way. So this is 40 equals R, or R equals 40. So again, this is solving equations by addition or subtraction. I hope this helps. We're going to keep building and building and building until we're able to do more complex problems. So I hope this helps. If this helped you, pass it along to someone else. Like and share, comment, let me know what problems you're having, or if you have any questions, let me know, and we'll see you in the next video.